Hi everyone, welcome to our first online Group X class of the semester. My name is Laura. I'll be teaching an hour-long Yoga Fit class today, which entails introduction to Vinyasa Flows and some other beginner level poses. For music today, we'll be using my Spotify playlist called Yoga Fit 3. You can find that under my username, Leugley. Laura Ugley is my name on Spotify. And that will take you through the entire hour as well as our vinyasa. So whenever you're ready, if you have a mat, go ahead and find some space with your mat on the floor. Otherwise you can use a towel or just the carpet, whatever you're comfortable with. And we'll go ahead and start in a child's pose. You can get your music ready if you would like to use it. We'll go ahead and find either a regular child's pose, knees together, hips back onto the bottoms of your feet, or you can widen it, take your knees out to the sides of the mat, and exhale, folding forward. Reaching your arms out nice and long, spread those fingertips like a starfish. Breathe deeply here. Inhaling and exhaling, feeling your belly rise and fall against your knees. Breathing deeply. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose, using that Ujjayi breath or Yogi breath this afternoon or this evening, wherever and whenever you're taking this class from, maybe in the morning. Finding your own routine, accepting the fact that we're at home, making the best of each situation, clearing your mind, maybe setting an intention. Something to focus on through this hour of our class, something to keep your mind focused when you wander. Finding a couple more deep breaths here. With your next inhale, go ahead and walk your fingertips towards the left side of your mat. Sit your hips down and away towards the right, finding a little side body stretch. Continuing to breathe here, continuing to clear your mind and settle into that intention. Taking another nice deep breath in, walking those fingertips back through center, over to the opposite side of your mat, sitting your hips down and away, relaxing, finding that side body stretch. Deep breaths here, filling your lungs and your belly, feeling your shoulders sink deeper as you release through that exhale. And inhale, find your fingertips back in center, holding this child's pose for just a couple more breaths, a couple more moments to connect with that intention, prepare our minds and bodies for our practice today. Finding one last moment to settle into our Ujjayi breath. And with that next inhale, lifting through the hips, rolling over your elbows, up onto your wrists, finding a tabletop position. Shoulders should be over our wrists, hips over our knees, spine nice and long. As we inhale, we drop our bellies towards the mat, open our chests, turn our gazes up for cow pose. And exhale, arch our backs, tuck our chins and tailbones, gaze to the back of the room for cat. Inhale, drop your belly to cow. Then exhale, arch your back to cat. Taking these with your breath at your pace a few more times here. Maybe once you find that cow pose, sending your hips side to side, turning to look over either shoulder maybe rolling your weight backwards and forwards, whatever feels comfortable for you this afternoon, whatever releases tension, any stress that's been building up in your body. It's super important to work out our shoulders and our hips. That's where we tend to hold most of our stress and tension in our bodies. So paying extra close attention to those spots. Finding one more cat and one more cow. Meeting me back in that nice neutral tabletop. And once you find yourself here, we're inhaling to reach through our right arm and through our left leg, reaching through the fingertips, flexing the foot heel towards the back of the room. We're exhaling, drawing our knee and elbow in towards our belly button, rounding the spine. Inhale to extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale. And exhale. Hold here for just a breath. Inhale to extend, holding here as well. And if you would like to challenge yourself a little bit, bending at the knee, reaching around with that right hand to grab the top of our left foot, pressing the foot into the hand to find our tiger pose. Beautiful. Deep breaths. Inhale to extend, and exhale, release to the mat. We'll move to the opposite side here. Inhaling through the left arm and the right leg, flexing that foot, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale to extend, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale, holding here. Deep breath. Inhale. Hold here as well. And if you found that tiger pose on the other side, challenging yourself here as well, bend at the knee, reach to grab the top of your foot and press in. Beautiful. Deep breaths. Inhale to extend. And exhale, release to the mat. Wonderful job. Curl your toes, send your hips up and back to find our first downward dog of the day here. Pedal out your feet, find some deep breaths. Taking your time here to stretch through the back of your legs. Maybe pay special attention to one leg if it's feeling tighter. See how close your heels come to the mat. Awesome. Beautiful. A couple more breaths here. We'll move into some Vinyasa Flows. So inhaling to come up on both sets of your toes. Exhale, drop your knees towards the mat. Take a deep step into a forward fold. Release here, let everything hang. Our shoulders and our neck towards the mat. Take some deep breaths. With every exhale, let your chest fall closer to your thighs. With that next inhale, let's find our monkey pose, our half lift. Hands coming to our shins, spine nice and long here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up, one vertebrae at a time, lifting to the sky. Beautiful, tall mountain pose. And exhale, hands to heart center. Take a few neck rolls here. One side at a time, nice and slow. Inhaling to open your head around the back. Exhaling, chin towards your chest. And switching directions. Finding that center. And inhaling to lift back up towards the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands on the mat and step it back to a plank. Dropping our knees for our first modified vinyasa here, uncurling the toes. Taking a deep breath in And exhaling to lower through chaturanga, our elbows glued to our ribs, coming all the way to our bellies. Inhale, press up on your hands, coming to our cobra pose, keeping a little bend in your elbows here. Deep breaths. Exhale to release. Inhale, press up to cobra. And exhale. 2 more cobra push-ups here. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale, press up. Exhale, release to the mat. Curl your toes. Send your hips up and back. Down dog. Pedal through the feet. Taking it through a couple more vinyasas here. Inhale, lift up on the toes. Exhale, bend those knees. Take a deep step. Find your forward fold. Beautiful. Let everything hang here for just a moment. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Reach it all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale the lift. And exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands. Find your plank. Dropping your knees if that's more comfortable. And exhaling through chaturanga, elbows tucked in. Lower all the way down to the mat. Uncurl those toes. Inhale, press up to our cobra. Holding here for just a couple breaths. Finding a few stretches. We'll work in our right hand towards the center of the mat, reaching our left hand towards the back of our thighs. Deep breaths. Go ahead and switch those hands out. Left hand to the center of your mat, right hand reaches back. Finding both hands back on the mat, we'll exhale, lower from our chaturanga. Curl our toes, send our hips up and back. Find our down dog. Pedal through those feet. Deep breaths here. And inhale, come up on those toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, step or hop to your forward fold. Exhale to release. Inhale, half lift. Shoulder blades together, gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Plant your hands on the mat, step it back to your plank. And exhale to chaturanga, elbows graze your ribs. Lower down. And inhale, press up to your cobra. If you'd like to challenge yourself here, engage your legs up off the mat, finding your upward facing dog, staying on the tops of your feet. Deep breaths. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal through those feet. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Not forgetting that Ujjayi breath. And coming back to our intention for a moment here as well. As we inhale, we lift our right leg to three-legged dog. Hips stay square to the mat here. And we exhale, draw our knee towards our nose and drop our foot between our hands, lowering our back knee down and inhaling our arms up to our low crescent lunge here. Taking a few deep breaths, really leaning forward into that hip flexor stretch. Feeling it through your left hip here, pressing forward. Take a deep inhale. We'll exhale, drop our left hand to the mat, open our right towards the ceiling. Our chest faces our right thigh. Beautiful. Exhale, drop your right hand to the mat, framing your foot. And with another breath, we're sitting our hips towards the back of our mat, letting our fingertips follow, toes lift up, feeling that stretch through our right hamstring. Awesome. Inhale, shift back forward. Plant those hands, curl your back toes, and find your down dog. Pedal your feet. Inhale, lift through your right leg to three-legged dog, or your left leg, excuse me. And exhale, send it through. Plant between your hands. Drop your right knee to the mat and uncurl your toes. Inhale, arms up, low crescent lunge. Again, sitting into that hip flexor, feeling this stretch through your right hip. Deep inhale, and we'll exhale, dropping our right hand to the mat, opening through our left arm, chest faces our left knee. Deep breaths here in this twist. Awesome. Exhale, plant both hands to the mat, frame the foot, and walk your fingertips towards the back, sitting your hips back down towards your heel, letting your left toes peel up, feeling the stretch through your hamstring. Deep breath. Inhale, walk your fingertips back forward, find your low lunge, plant your hands, curl your toes, and come to down dog. Pedal the feet here. Inhale, lift through your right leg, three-legged dog. And exhale, send it through. Plant between your hands. Inhaling up to our high crescent lunge this time, keeping that knee lifted. Bobbing a little bit here, moving through that hip flexor, and checking to see that we can see our toes past our knees. Deep breath in, shoulders roll down away from our ears. We exhale, hinging forward slightly, reaching our fingertips to the back of the room for airplane arms. Inhale, lift. And exhale, 90 degrees with each elbow to make our cactus arms. Inhale. And exhale, airplane. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale once more here. Holding, opening that chest, tilting the head up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift. We'll exhale, plant our hands, find our down dog. Pedal the feet. Inhale, lift through your left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, send it through. Inhale to our high crescent. Beautiful. Check to see those toes. Bob through your hip flexor. Deep breath in, roll the shoulders down. With your next exhale, find those airplane arms, reach to the back of the room. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus arms, 90 degrees, squeeze your shoulder blades. Inhale. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Once more with your own breath for each of these. Holding through your inhale here. Deep breaths. And exhale, release to the mat. Take it back, down dog. Pedaling through the feet. We'll move through two Vinyasa Flows here. Inhaling up on our toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Find your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Find your plank. Exhale through your chaturanga. And inhale into your back bend, cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Find one more Vinyasa flow here, moving with your breath at your pace. Taking your time, moving slowly and purposefully through this, matching your breath to your movement. Taking your time, finding your downward dog whenever you're ready. Maybe dropping your knees to a quick child's pose. Finding a few breaths, grabbing a sip of water, making sure we stay hydrated. Great job. If you're in that child's pose, go ahead and find your downward dog. Pedaling through the feet here. Beautiful. Inhale, lifting through your right leg. Exhale, send it through. Inhale, up to that high lunge. Great. We'll find our warrior two here. Exhaling to drop our heel down to the mat, turning it parallel with the short side, letting our arms fall to a T. Gaze comes over the front fingertips, checking to see our toes past our knee, rolling the shoulders back. Awesome. Inhale, lifting up, straightening that front leg. Gaze comes to the side. Exhale, sink to warrior two. Gaze over your fingertips. Inhale, lift. And exhale, sink. 2 more breaths here. Beautiful. Hold your warrior two. Take a couple deep breaths. Maybe reach for the front and back of the room, keeping our hips stationary, moving only our upper body, letting everything settle in here. Making these movements smaller and smaller until we find ourselves back in that stationary place. Inhale again, straightening that front leg. Exhale, back to our warrior two. Cartwheel hands to the mat. Find your down dog. Pedal the feet. Inhale, lift through your left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, send it through. Inhale, up to our high lunge here. Coming to our warrior two again. Dropping that back foot parallel to the short side of the mat, sinking our arms down to the T. Deep breaths. Check your toes. Gaze over your fingertips. Shoulders down. Inhale, lift. Straighten that front knee. Exhale, sink. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more with your breath. Holding your warrior two at that exhale. Reaching forward and back. Letting your hips settle. Letting the motions become smaller and smaller. Settling in here. Inhaling one last time. Exhale, warrior two. Cartwheel hands to the mat. Find your down dog. Pedal through those feet. Maybe noticing that our heels come closer to the mat now than they did before. Now that our bodies are warm. Inhale and lift through your right leg to three-legged dog. Exhale, send it through. Pause in this low lunge here. Drop your back heel straight into warrior two with that inhale, cartwheeling arms up. Beautiful. Let's inhale to lift. And as we exhale, we turn our torsos to face the front of the room. And exhale, fold over our long extended leg. Beautiful. Using the floor to the inside of our foot or our ankle to balance on here. Taking deep breaths, feeling the stretch through the back of our right leg. Deep breaths here. If you want to inhale, open to triangle. Extend those left arms towards the ceiling here. Beautiful. Keeping that front leg as long and straight as you can. Breathing. And maybe taking a bind if that's comfortable for you. Dropping your left hand down behind your back, reaching towards your thigh. Awesome. Let's inhale, open from that bind if you decided to take it. And exhale, close off. Plant both hands on either side of your foot. Extend that knee back out into a nice bend and move through down dog. Beautiful. Inhale, lift through the left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, send it through. Drop your back heel and inhale straight up to warrior two. Awesome. Let's lift here, straightening that front leg. Exhale, turn your torso forward and fold over, finding our pyramid pose. Beautiful. Holding here through that stretch, planting one hand to the inside of your foot or on your ankle, whatever's comfortable. Taking those deep breaths. And with that inhale, opening up to our triangle pose, right fingertips reach towards the ceiling. Maybe finding that bind as well. Right hand drops behind our back, reaches towards our thigh. Gaze can be up, out to the side, or down, whatever is comfortable for you here. Inhale, opening that arm back up into our triangle. And exhale, closing off, coming back to our pyramid, bending through our knee, back toes turn forward, coming to down dog. Pedaling the feet. Deep breaths. Finding 2 Vinyasa Flows here with your own breath at your own pace. Or maybe holding a child's pose or a downward dog. Whatever feels comfortable for you today in your practice. Challenging yourself a little, but knowing your limits, knowing what your body needs. Deep breaths. Matching that breath to movement. Or if you're in your child's pose, reconnecting with that intention and that breath. Whenever you finish with your Vinyasa Flows, leaning back in that downward dog, or if you're in your child's pose, making your way there, taking a couple deep breaths, pedaling the feet, inhale, lift through your right leg to three-legged dog, exhale, send it through, inhale, cartwheel up, warrior two. Deep breath here. Let's inhale, straighten out, lift. Exhale, sink. Inhale, turn your front palm up to face the ceiling. And exhale, let your back arm come to your lower back or thigh, reaching towards the back of the room for reverse warrior. Gaze up towards the ceiling, keeping that nice bend in our front knee. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle, elbow comes to knee, reach to the front. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale. And exhale, extended side angle. Feeling free to hold here for a couple more breaths. Maybe dropping that right hand to the mat and opening the left towards the ceiling. And maybe, just like we found that bind in our triangle, dropping our top hand behind our back, holding here, or deepening by letting our right arm come underneath our right thigh and meet our left fingertips behind us. Maybe just holding that open bind if you'd like, or extending both arms. Dropping that right hand back to the mat, opening the left if you found your bind. Inhaling back up to our warrior two. Let's inhale to lift. Exhale, turn forward, fold over to our pyramid. Hold here for that stretch. Deep breath. And exhale, bend your knee, turn your back toes forwards, and find your down dog. Pedal the feet. Inhale, lift through your left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, send it through. Inhale, cartwheel, arms up, warrior two. Beautiful. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. Turning that front palm up. Exhale to your reverse warrior, reach for the back of the room. Back arm comes to lower back or thigh. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle, elbow to knee, reach to the front of the room. Inhale. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale. And exhale, extended side angle. Hold here for a couple breaths. And then maybe find our options to deepen, dropping the left hand towards the mat, opening through the right. Only if this is comfortable for you, feel free to hold that extended side angle. Maybe taking the bind, dropping your right hand behind your back, and maybe that's enough. Or perhaps you let your left arm fall underneath your thigh, meeting your right fingertips in the back for that full bind. Deep breaths. Maybe release that left hand, open back through the right, and inhale back up to our warrior two. Let's straighten out, lift arms up. Exhale, turn to the front of the room, fold over to our pyramid pose. Let your nose draw closer to your knee as we find that flexibility. Take a deep breath in and exhale, bend through that front knee, turn your back toes forwards and find that down dog. Pedal through the feet. Deep breaths. Let's inhale, lift through the right leg. Exhale, send it through. Inhale, cartwheel up, warrior two. Finding our reverse warrior. Extended side angle flows again here. Cutting out that middle warrior two. Making a nice fluid windmill. Turning that front palm up. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, fluid motion. Exhale, into our extended side angle. Inhale and exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale and exhale, extended side angle. Taking these flows 2 more times with your breath. Beautiful. Finding that warrior two once we finish. And moving to our humble warrior, turning our chest, face the front of the room, our fingertips clasp behind us, opening the chest as we pull back. Exhale, hinge forward. Let your chest come out at an angle if you would like, or maybe rest on your knee, whatever you need today. Deep breath in, maybe stretch those arms towards the top of your head a little bit deeper. And exhale, release to the mat. Come to your downward dog. Pedal the feet. Inhale, lift through your left leg. Exhale, send it through. Inhale, cartwheel up, warrior two. Beautiful. Inhale, lift. And exhale to sink. Taking those warrior two flows, that nice windmill. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale and exhale, extended side angle. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Moving through this with your breath, twice more for each pose. Finding your warrior two. Once you finish, holding that inhale, lifting, straightening. Exhale, turn towards the front, fold into your pyramid. Hold that stretch. Maybe planting those hands, finding a down dog. Finding 2 more Vinyasa flows here as we move into our cool down. 2 flows and a balance pose, or hold that child's here. Wherever we are in our practice at this moment, breathing deeply, focusing on that intention. Taking deep breaths wherever you are, making those exhales just a little bit longer than our inhales. Moving through the last vinyasa of our class, if you choose to. Finding a down dog whenever you finish it up. Deep breaths here. Pedaling the feet. Maybe your heels reach all the way to the mat now. A little bit more flexibility than we started with. Taking a deep breath in, coming up on both toes, exhaling to bend both knees, and take a big step to a forward fold. Letting everything hang here. Moving into our balance pose for the afternoon, we'll be finding tree. So inhaling through our reverse swan dive, lifting all the way up, reach for the ceiling here. Then exhale, let those hands fall to heart center. Take a deep breath and release to our standing mountain pose. Hands by our sides, facing in front of you. Working through your knees a little bit here, and then making little circles with your weight, trying to find some balance. Beautiful. Taking a deep breath and landing on that right foot, letting the left knee lift up, even with your hip at a nice 90 degrees here. Taking another inhale, exhaling to turn that knee out to the side, letting your foot fall on your calf or on your thigh, either above or below your knee, making sure we are not on that joint. Finding our balance here, finding a spot on the floor or something stationary to gaze on. Maybe inhaling, arms up. Finding that balance. And maybe exhaling, hands to heart center. Or maybe holding that tree lifted, open, floating in the wind, branches blowing. Beautiful trees today. Inhale and exhale, release both feet to the mat, hands to heart center. Shaking those legs out. Moving to the opposite side, circling that balance. And this time landing on our left foot, letting our right knee rise, nice and even with our hip. Exhale, press that out to the side, opening the hip, and letting your foot fall above or below the knee, whatever is comfortable for you, as long as you're not holding the joint. Inhaling, arms up. Maybe find that heart center, or maybe blow your branches in the wind, grow your tree. Noticing that your balance is different from one side to the other. You might feel more comfortable on one side. I know I tend to prefer my left. Deep breaths. Inhaling and exhaling to release. Shaking those legs out, coming back to our mountain pose. Finding that stillness and inhaling one more time here. Exhale, draw your thumbs to the back of the room. Find a slight back bend. Inhale and exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands on the mat and drop your hips so that you slowly lower down to a seated position. You can extend your legs long ahead of you. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, one vertebrae at a time. Go ahead and roll down onto the mat, keeping those arms extended for a nice full body stretch here. Point your toes. And exhale, hug your knees into your chest, rocking side to side, getting a little spinal massage. Breathing deeply. Grab a sip of water if you would like. Remembering to stay hydrated. With your next inhale, let both knees fall to the left side of your body. Arms come to a T as we exhale. And we turn our head to the right, finding a supine twist here. Maybe letting those eyes flutter closed. Relaxing for a few moments. Breathing deeply. Maybe extending that top leg to let your hips shift a little bit more, keeping both shoulders flat on the mat. Inhaling both knees back into center. And exhaling to let both knees fall to the right, keeping our arms at that T, turning our head to the left, facing away from that twist. Both shoulders stay flat on the mat. Inhaling both knees into center here, making peace fingers on each of our fingers, and grabbing our big toes with those peace fingers, opening each leg out to either side, finding happy baby pose, and rocking gently. Beautiful. Maybe playing with that flexibility, extending one leg, extending the other, maybe extending both. Seeing how this all feels at the end of our practice. Deep breaths, becoming a little bit more shallow. Go ahead and return your knees back into your chest. Give them one last tight squeeze. Inhale and exhale to release. Let both hands fall to either side. Finding our stillness, drifting into Savasana. Letting our eyes flutter closed. Relaxing each muscle in our body. Breathing deeply. Finding a few moments of silence here before we take a last couple stretches to end that class. our Savasana, wiggling our fingers and toes, deepening our breaths again here. Bringing our knees into our chest, maybe planting those feet, pointing them up to the ceiling, and then drawing them in, making that transition a bit smoother, and then letting everything fall to the right side of our body, coming into a comfortable fetal position, moving out of that Savasana, letting our eyes flutter closed or open. Coming back to our intention from wherever our minds drifted off to, and pressing slowly back up to a seated position, crossing one leg in front of the other, and inhaling arms up towards the ceiling. Finding a couple twists, exhaling to your right, using your knee to help deepen that twist, gazing behind you. Inhaling to lift, and exhale, twist to your left. Once more on each side. Inhale. And exhale. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhale those arms back to center. And exhale, let each hand fall to each knee. Rolling the shoulders back, switching directions, rolling them forward, moving to our neck, letting our right ear come to our right shoulder, walking our left fingertips out just slightly. Releasing that left hand. Exhaling, letting our chin roll down our chest. Inhaling, opening our head towards the back of the room. Coming to center. And exhaling out our left ear to our left shoulder. Walking our right fingertips out just a little bit. Releasing that right hand. Exhaling, chin to chest. Inhale, opening up. Finding our center. Taking one last breath together as a class. Inhaling, arms toward the ceiling. Letting those palms meet. Exhaling past your forehead for happy thoughts. Your mouth for kind words. And your heart for good intentions. Namaste means that the light and love in me honors and respects the light and love in each and every one of you. Feel free to say namaste to me as I say it to you. Namaste. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy. You have a great rest of your semester.